Extrapolations is the latest Apple TV Plus series that centers around climate change. Let's see if this new series is worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services like Apple TV Plus. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. In the near future, the effects of climate change have become embedded into people's everyday lives. 8 interwoven stories explore the intimate, life-changing choices that must be made when the planet is changing faster than the population. So Extrapolations comes from creator Scott Z. Burns, who was the screenwriter for films such as The Bourne Ultimatum, The Informant, and Contagion.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
This is an 8-episode series that centers around climate change and is set in the near future that spans over 33 years from 2037 to 2070, and we have several different characters that appear in the beginning of the series, and then they appear later on in the series like 2070, but everybody has their own different story. And you could easily look at this series and just say it's climate change propaganda, and Scott Z. Burns is trying to shove this message of climate change down our throat, and we have to kind of change our ways, or this is what the future is going to look like. You can easily look at the series like that, but it's so much more than that. It's really focused on the characters and how they are navigating their lives in a world where the sea levels are rising, the population is getting out of control, animals are going extinct, the temperature is rising, so they are trying to come up with new ways to protect the future and then also just navigate their daily lives. And there are a lot of scenes in here that really focus on big corporations and greed, and then you also get smaller, just average lives and how they are affected by it all. So there's a wide variety of different stories in here with a cast that is stacked. We have a huge cast in here of Meryl Streep, Tobey Maguire, Marion Cotillard, Forest Whitaker, Sienna Miller, Daveed Diggs, and so much more. There are a couple characters that appeared throughout the show like Edward Norton and Sienna Miller, but for the most part, it's just kind of one and done stories, but they're all kind of connected in some way. I never felt throughout the show that Scott Z. Burns was trying to convince me of something. I never got that message in here, but he is providing that message of climate change and protecting your future. But I never got the feeling that I had to learn more about climate change and change my ways throughout the series, as it really just focuses on the future and how people are affected by it all. And a lot of times, I will be honest, it is a bit depressing to see how the future could possibly be, and the different technology that's kind of taking over, and how corporations are greedy, and the everyday life has changed. A lot of the times it is depressing to look at, especially when you get to the further into the future, closer towards 2070, when we have characters like Forest Whitaker and Tobey Maguire and Marion Cotillard who are having conversations about uploading your mind and going digital so you can be brought back in the future. So there are a lot of intriguing ideas about how these characters are trying to protect the future. When you come across like Sienna Miller, who is trying to protect the last humpback whale, and things that she can do to communicate with this whale. There are a lot of intriguing ideas in here, different perspectives from different characters, like I said, like corporations that want to continue to build casinos, and then you have smaller characters who are questioning their life and everything that is going on. Is it worth bringing children into all of this, and getting closer to the end and protecting your memories, and how you have to pay money and get storage for all of that? There are some different perspectives and intriguing ideas that flow throughout the series, and some really dramatic moments in here. The acting is really good. We have a lot of Edward Norton and Sienna Miller. Meryl Streep's in here very briefly. There's a really simple story towards the end with Tobey Maguire and Marion Cotillard and Forrest Whitaker. I really liked that story and the drama that is within some of these relationships and how these characters are all affected by everything. And that's the one common theme. If it's a crime thriller, or if there's romance, or there's a courtroom drama, all these characters are connected by that one thing, and that is climate change and how the world is falling apart. But by looking at the trauma of these characters and the humanity and what they will do to protect the future, there were a lot of interesting moments throughout. I was engaged from beginning to end in looking at these different characters and their lives and technology that appears throughout the show. And I did not feel that this was like heavy propaganda and they were trying to shove this message down my throat. I felt like it came very natural, and by having it focused on the characters and their everyday lives, there were some heartbreaking moments, some depressing moments throughout. Appreciate the way that they approached this central theme and focused on the characters and their stories and their traumas and many characters, and kind of all and connecting them throughout. It's a pretty good show. There are some lengthy episodes, about an hour long, so it does take some time to get through, but I feel like it's worth your watch. So before I give you my score for Extrapolations on Apple TV Plus, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit the subscribe button to get it all in one spot. I'm going to go ahead and give Extrapolations a B-. Thank you guys for watching my review for Extrapolations, the new Apple TV Plus series. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.